Okay, have to on the video. Oh, okay.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So the last time we were discussing the two alternatives, right?
Mm.
At home and in the home, right?
Mm.
Actually, I was thinking, I visited some homes. It's more than just either you're at home or in a nursing home. There are alternatives that you can have. For instance, I visited a home where my auntie stayed. There, I found that there was a maid, two, in fact, that accompanied the old lady the whole day in the home. At night, she goes home. I think the maid goes home. I don't know, but because when I visited, the maid was always there. No one else. So you see, this one option where the home, where a nursing home could be reinforced by, say, you hire a maid to follow the whoever that's in the home lah. So that will improve the care lah, I suppose, no, versus uh, care only by the home where they are short-handed. That's one option, right? That's one hybrid, where if you stay in the home, somebody can keep company you, then you enjoy the best of both worlds at home, as well as in the home where the medical care is there, plus somebody with you the whole day. One option. Second the other one is the reverse. I think the last round somebody was saying that she likes to find out about hiring a nurse to look after her. Actually, this is one option that a friend of mine has explored because she's got a daughter that is really totally medically dependent. So she tried to hire a nurse from India. I suppose it's also possible lah. But I think you through various options you can still get a nursing aide to come to work, a nurse to come to work in the home. So that means you enjoy the home environment and you get some medically qualified people to stay with you at home. So that's two options already. That is a hybrid that enjoys the best of both worlds lah. So all this can still be done in Singapore with added help. Of course, the other option is somewhere else. So I just want to maybe Dolly, you can tell us what's that? Last time you told us your experience looking for a mom. It's very difficult, challenging. Is it because of the medical front or what? Then will any of these options help? If it's not,
Okay, put it that way. If you put it in, my mother is what you call the word stage 4, totally immobile already. So you really, like, if you're going to put it in your own home, at her comfort, that what she want, that what my mother want, refuse to stay in a nursing home, all this, that, because it's like sending to nursing home is like sending to that. That means now you really have to get a maid, and the maid must be trained to be one of the to be the caregiver. And if you have to be very realistic. If your mother is big size, take a big size maid. Don't take a small size, because I have to change 3 maids. Finally get a bigger size maid. So of course, when you put at home, there are a lot of things that you have to do over the not over the period of time. So you really have to, like, initially you really have to work together with the maid to adjust. It's not that easy lah. I would say that if you put in a nursing home, of course you have more specialized, all this, that. But just now you're talking about the options of Indian maid. I don't think Singapore allowed not Indian maid, Indian nurse. I don't think Singapore allowed
no, they were okay. So I give you this example. My classmate actually, the daughter, very young, I think late 20s the most. Some of this the same as Stephen Hawkins, totally immobile and all that,
okay.
So she's totally dependent, and the medical attention that she's getting is very high, She can't even breathe.
Oh, okay.
Create a machine that helps her breathe at night. Eat,
oxygen now.
be fed. So it's totally dependent. It's just like in ICU, she can't even talk. Use just like Stephen Hawking, she got to use her eyes to to tell them what is it, no, alphabet, and now it seems that Iris is also not working. So of course, heavily dependent on maids and the wife lah, you know. So it's still possible, but I understand there's a category of maids that are trained medically. So I don't know whether any of y'all heard about this lah.
It's very expensive, no? It's very expensive. It's very expensive. The starting pay for a Philippine, so-called a Philippine well-trained maid and not staying with the owner. You work until 6 p.m. You have to pay at least $1,000 no Sing, no, to get that kind of maid, that kind of so-called specialized maid, but then doing a nursing job, you know, and they don't stay, you know, they don't stay there 24 hours, you know.
Yeah, but 1,000 is not very expensive compared to a normal maid, which is about 600, right?
You see, normal maid, you're talking about 24 hours. But this one is only have to say, and then after that, at night, you still have another maid actually taking care of us. I tried. And then they don't care other things, you know. They mean they are solely there for just to take care of the one that is stage 4. The medical aspect, they will not, you cannot actually touch her to do anything.
So if you calculate, day and night one each, that means 2,000 a month, plus a maid that follows you 24 hours. I mean, she also cannot work 24 hours, right? No?
Yeah, of course.
A general purpose maid, which is 600. So it's about, everything in is about 2,000 plus to 3,000.
Yeah.
Now 2,000 plus 3,000 is about equivalent to a non-subsidized stay in a nursing home, you know?
No, nursing home will be more expensive.
No.
This is about what I use the word. What you all use the word. It's the same, but all the medicals, all those things are medications, diapers. You know, the essentials are not included. It will be the same. It worked out the first month that we put our mom go through this kind of arrangement. Now they say, like we spend like almost like 6K. So it's really a burden to, I mean, it's really a burden to the rest of my brothers.
Nursing home,
so, right? Not nursing home. Put so-called Philippine. Usually Singapore only allow Philippine that kind of experience, what they call a nursing maid to come into Singapore to work. And at that point of time, when I get it back, when I applied it 4 years ago, it was 1,000 basic salaries. And you, on top of it, you still pay your levy. First levy is $60. Second levy, you still have to pay your $240. So what I'm saying that if you decided that you have to get 2 maids, one for normal after the maid go back at 6, and one for actually like morning start at 8, then end at 6. It's very, very expensive, really, really expensive. And I can tell you, this that start from 8 to 6 I can tell you the total utilizations are not even 20%. Not even 20%, because your mother is already immobile, can't do anything. All this, what you need to do is change diaper, change catheter, and the catheter don't change every day. Just pull out the urine bag only. Just clear the urine bag every 2-3 hours.
Yeah, so actually it's true that hopefully you don't want to use 100%. Hopefully the less you use the better. But of course the cost is there you have to pay. Yeah. So but there is that alternative What I'm saying is that we should there are alternatives, you see. So it's versus cost. I mean, later on we can explore other alternatives but this is one where you get this nursing help. You were saying that 1,000 plus levy, everything. So two maids, one general purpose, one with a nursing help. It will cost you about, say, 2,500.
No, 1,000. Yeah, but slightly almost 2,008 plus. 2,008 plus.
2,008 plus. Almost
because they won't go back at 6, you still have to pay a transport allowance for her. That was the time 4 years back when I applied. Now I don't know, because I really have to drop off this idea, because it's really not possible at all.
Yeah.
Not possible at all. But I don't know, just how you're employing, you're talking about Indian nurses that can come. Is it can come to Singapore now? I don't know.
I don't know.
Where is
His
you?
friend was trying to get
Oh.
to because they, but apart from that, because the doctor need really special care, even this some of these nurses dare not do it.
Oh, it's
Feed,
not easy, you know. Oh,
feeding,
I'm telling you, it's not easy, you know.
yeah.
I tell you, my mother had reached to the stage whereby everything as of today, as of the last time I shared, everything here stuck here already. Everything stuck here already. If the tablet that the doctor that is giving us that one cannot dissolve this part here, every 3-4 days, my mother have to be ambulance to hospital to suck up, to suck it out. It's not that easy to handle right now at this point of stage already.
Yeah.
Huh?
Medical cases quite very difficult.
Yeah, especially this type of case. So what I'm saying is, if you come to a time whereby these are options, you think you cannot take it anymore, they said. I mean, that is what the Ng Teng Fong doctor is telling us. Maybe we should leave my mother there at the hospital.
But even Ng Teng Fong will not take you because it's actually a hospital. This one needs to be.
Yeah, they will take 1 month. You can actually go to the what they call the community hospital.
Yeah.
So it was actually put in such a way that during this period of time, baby, it will not stretch that 1 month. See, that is what is actually being like told to you to be prepared indirectly. But once my mother is conscious, right now it's always zombie lah. If it's conscious of this, like she will definitely want to go back. You see, I put her. I might be okay. Next, I know my next schedule is 31st. I'm supposed to bring her to ambulance here again. If the thing got stuck here, it will be like take about 1 day stay, at least 1 night stay there. Then 1 night stay here. Once it's clear here, once it's clear, all the solid food or liquid food that is clear, then my mother can go back. But I can tell you, the minute my mother got it clear and the strength got back, her sounds, her vocal go back, the hospital all can hear her voice already. Yeah. So Ng Teng Fong will actually say that my mother is disturbing the peace of the other patients. So they will actually like put in a very nicer way, say that perhaps you may think of discharging her. You see, this is a problem right now. Right now, at this point of time, I'm actually facing. But the thing is, my mother refused to go to a nursing home. My mother refused to go to hospital. So, and the medical doctor that come to our house already told her, say that they already run out of options to what to propose to my mother already. Because right now the case is, if we stop the steroid medicines, all those skin issue, eczema issue will come back and worse. Itchy, all this, and then my mother is immobile, but one hand is still mobile. She will scratch. Then you have a lot of bleeding. So it's also not very, I only can say, to me, I see as no options to our family members. We just have to look at the condition day by day. So that's what I'm facing right now. I don't know. I cannot say for other people because some people are very mild. My mother already 6 years, coming to her 6-year bedridden. So like what the doctor say, every chronic part of inside the body is actually failing already, failing to the max already. So the doctor said that if you all don't want to like listen to other options, all this, the only option is stay at home. Stay at home, and then when this thing get out of control and then really feel that he's like choking to death, all this, that you just activate the ambulance. Just hope that you go there, they immediately can actually suck them out for you. That's the only options that they can propose right now. This is what I know for my mother case. I don't know about other people facing the same problem as I do or not. I really don't know. But that's why I want to listen also. Is there other people have any better or similar, and the doctor advice is different? Because my mother's stuck at Ng Teng Fong, I can't transfer anyway. I cannot transfer anyway because all the medical history is there. And like what you say, no other hospital will take my mother case anymore. Even we decided to spend that lump sum of money, ask for second opinion. Nobody want to take it right now. So I just want to know, is there any other people that is having these problems? Or maybe they can think now, they can actually look into my case like that. Or if any of your parents are going to that kind of stage 4, all this, that, please think carefully what you want to do with them. Because right now it's to a stage whereby, from early part we took what my mother want, we just give way. We never think. So right now is a part that, right now is a point, right now at my point of time right now, or in our Lim family right now, is we got no choice. We have to live, we have to live with this situation. Okay, till my mother is no longer there.
You're having one maid helping at home
I'm having one maid. My sister stopped working full time, so I have actually put that 2 helper at home to look at my mother condition right now.
Yeah, you actually need, because
Yeah.
from my sister's experience, you need 2 help plus perhaps some people visiting every now and then. There's this home nursing foundation.
Yeah, I'm on nursing home foundation. I'm also applying
So they send nurses to help you out every now and then, right?
The nurse will come every month to change the catheter. And if there's any, you see how when you're on catheter, permanent catheter, you will have you will actually run into the high risk of UTI.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so once you go with UTI, it's not 1 month. It's like 2 weeks they will have to come. They have to make sure there's no infection.
Right.
And then they will tell you, then they will start to train all my sister and the maid again, that what is kind of hygiene that is needed, that you make sure that you will not have UTI. If you're on permanent catheter. My mother is on permanent catheter. Those say if you got any friends or relatives that this please bear in mind, permanent catheter, the hygiene is super important. So you really have to really clean it very quick before you insert in. Or maybe even the urine bag, the outlet here whereby you take and then throw away the urine bag. The outlet, the part whereby the urine cover, this part also have to very sterilize it, very clean, so that it will not throw back the bacteria.
So Dolly, you think the option for nursing aid at home
help?
Not an option.
Not for my mother case. Maybe there is if you think about my mother case, is like I tell you so, it's just like people look at it, stage 4, stage 3, yes. But my mother is ending of the stage 4 case really, It's like you lay on bed right now, 24 hours a day, I'm going to tell you, the 24 hours a day, 18 hours is sleeping, or 18 hours, or should not do use the word, 18 hours is zombie kind of feelings. And then you see, last time she used to take about 4 meals because we give her small meal. Right now, my mother only stop eating all those solid food, only ask for liquid food because she got problem. Because every time we drink, we're stuck here, become very hard. And we cannot every time use the dissolving tablet to actually push out this one, because it will actually, you will say that this one will actually make the eating getting more and more difficult. So if you ask me whether it help or it not help, I only can say that don't reach this stage. Reach this stage not help already. This stage really have to openly discuss with family members. What is the worst that you expect it to be? And when is the worst that you think your mom, and how many remaining days your mom will have? That's about the meetings that we always on Zoom these days to talk with my brother and sister. And we also request, I mean, like at this point of time, I suppose that what my mother wants is to see the grandchildren. So because it's 5 people, it's allowed. So what I need to do is we told all my brothers and sisters, take turn to come. you all come, whoever want to come right on the WhatsApp, then we can plan. Okay, this one more 5 people. This is the second group. You come after the hours, because we will never know, because but then I can tell you, my mother, sometimes he know who is coming, sometimes he oblivious already. She don't know who is coming already.
So this is actually almost the end stage lah, you know?
Yeah, but you say end stage is end stage, you know, but the doctor can actually tell you, say that your mother still got very strong fighting spirit. The fighting spirit is very strong. So he is not, the fighting effort is very strong. He is not willing to give up yet. You see, the doctor can tell us like that. But when we see her like keep on like every day, have to wake her, like forced to wake her up to get to really feed her the supplement, all this that. You really say, and then she can, you know, right now is, you know, those supplement is 1 bottle of milk. You are supposed to finish 1 bottle for 1 day supplement. My mother can't even finish a quarter these days, you know. So you can imagine how hard it is right now. You know, my helper right now take almost 1 hour, 1.5 hours just to feed my mother that quarter. And actually, the last 2 weeks that we actually go out and purchase all this, that doctor already suggested tube feeding already, and we try it at the hospital. Like I said that my mother, one hand is still mobile. He pull out, then you know, you pull out. She pull out the tube out. So pull out so many times, no, until doctor also give up. He say, that means your mother is very firm. She don't want tube feeding. So I also don't know what to do right now. If you ask me for options, I really want to do. I only want to listen what is right now is I think my mother, I don't know what other options I have except to leave it at home. But right now today, what I want to listen is what option I have next time when I'm in stage 4. That's what I want to know for myself, to plan for myself.
Anyone? Anyone else? Some hybrid option, you know, not totally at home, not totally in a nursing home, in between, you know. You can bring nursing aid into the home so that you know, you don't have to go to the hospitals every day. This case is a lot of medical attention, you know? So maybe your option is to get a medical aid in. Can they do
homage, right? You're talking about homage, right? Homage. The right now that there's one that Singapore is promoting, one homage, right? The so-called the kind of caregiver kind of associations whereby you call MOH, HOMAGE, homage, right? Do you know how expensive homage is? Their nurse come out to our house only is 1 hour, $100, you know.
No lah. What I mean is the one that you're talking about before, no? The Filipino nursing aid that come to your home for a day time. Yeah,
but right now is they are not allowed to come anymore, ma. Right now, no, this type of help is allowed to come. That's why you talk about India, I say, there's an options where Filipino is not allowed to come in anymore.
You mean because of the COVID, is it?
One thing is because of the COVID, and another thing is a lot of, you know, because when we are applying this nursing kind of maid, no matter how, they still under the domestic, they fall under the domestic levy, you see. Even though they actually put out a higher kind of category, nursing maid, but still under that kind of category. But then because this category, this maid, you start, the starting pay is $1,000, and then not staying there, not staying at home, all this, that. Then it's very hard that you actually get Filipino. At my point, at that time, it's only Filipino. It's very hard to get Filipino to actually come out from the country because they can't get a place to stay in Singapore. Unless they tag on with some like nursing home.
So why can't you allow them to stay at home too?
They don't want. They don't want because they say that they are not supposed to work 24 hours. But if they stay at my home, okay. Let me ask you a question, Ong. If they stay at my home, if you are not doing anything and I pay you from 8 to 6 and you are staying in my home and you're not going to put your extra finger to do other thing or this, why should I give you a free accommodation?
So
I would not. I would not. Because I don't have place. I give my maid a place already. I have my existing maid that is staying with me 24 hours.
Dolly,
Hey.
this is the choice you have to make, right?
No. Cannot.
So that's why everything now depends on whether who needs who most lah.
Of course.
Her more, and give her a place to stay without extra charge, and that's it lah. But if you don't need her, then you have to look for other options lah. I'm saying that.
Of course, I know. But what I'm saying is, even you give her the options, they don't want. They don't want. Then, I ever shared, last week I ever shared. I don't need her to work for me 24 hours. When they are working same time, one is 24 hours, one is 10 hours. I already got problems with these two already. So why should I have two maids whereby 24 hours after at night, every night, you mean after she end her class, she end her job at 6, and then I still have to handle their domestic issue? No way.
These are the options we explore lah. You know, whether you want or not is a choice lah.
Of course.
Make a choice. Okay, there's one possibility. I mean, I don't know. I think this is still going on because more and more people will probably need medical help if they want to stay at home. That's one option. No? Or if you stay in a home, then you bring your maid over. I've seen this case where the maid accompanies the old lady the whole day in a nursing home. So that you at least the basics are taken care of. You're not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Option lah.
Yeah, true.
At least you bang sim, you see, you got someone there. For the day lah, for the night, for the night you can't possibly have it no. Unless you have two then they take turns. But these are options What I'm saying is that you see, we all always think that, but only thing is whether the nursing home will allow you to put someone there or not. If a private nursing home is possible, I don't know about the non-private ones. They have visiting hours and all that, no? So there's something, again, probably...
I suppose that if you are under the AIC, the AIC, the subsidies one, the AIC subsidies whereby you pay like maybe a cheaper rate one, whereby you pay only like 1,200 to 1,500, there's a cheaper rate one. I don't think they allow lah. Here we have one Pacific. My house here got one Pacific Healthcare. We ask because when we apply, this option was given to us 1 month. 1 month stay for my brother. Then we was asking about the maid. All they said, only stay until at most 8 p.m. After that, the maid have to get home.
Pacific Healthcare, is it the one at Bukit Merah?
No, Pacific Healthcare one also here at my place here, Bukit Panjang.
Oh, okay. Because that's the one I visited. There, the Pacific Healthcare, the original one at Bukit Merah, they allow one maid to stay there. I think, of course, not the whole day through lah, but
8 p.m.
Up to 8 p.m. But that's quite good already if it's up to 8 p.m.
That's why I say, that is provided your mother is not mobile. If your mother, if of course 8 p.m. you go back at what time, they also don't care already, because they don't know what. They just go there. They just make sure that you are there in time to change.
Yeah.
But they say if the old folks is mobile, I go there and see the environment myself. They say I also saw all those ladies that are still mobile. They say it start beginning of the stage 3 only. It's beginning of the stage 3, and they are already applying AIC, and they got it as a special rate. They can actually stay there for the special rate. So I can see they are actually all these old ladies are actually ordering the maid around one. It's only those that is immobile. That's why I said stage 4. Let me already leave it there. Then maybe yes. 8 p.m. whether 6 p.m. go back or 8 p.m. go back, I don't think it made any difference.
So you actually see these maids around in the homes lah?
Yes, I see. I actually, I tell you very frankly, during this period of time, I go through a lot of options myself. A lot of options myself. I ask around. I even pay I even pay a visit to get the home, what should I say, home age, a new association that is starting, right, a new association where it's very popular, whereby they train all their staff so called very professional, that they can actually, you know, come to your house and, you know, like put your mother on a wheelchair, blah blah blah. Of course, these are things I don't think I need to lah, because I have my sister also trained in nursing, in caregiver nursing, where she know how to push to my mother to a wheelchair or whatever. These are money I don't think at this present moment I will want to spend lah. Maybe next time, I don't know lah, because this is what I use the word. Nobody know what actually happened. Nobody know how much money you still continue to spend. See? Right now, I tell you very frank, no. Right now, it's because we are on AIC. Ambulance, I call, go and return only $50. Subsidized is very heavy subsidized, because first, why? My mother is pioneer. And medicine also very heavily subsidized, 80% discount.
Dolly, this AIC, they do means testing, right?
Yes, yes. But then the thing is, the mean testing, you have to do it. You see how when you actually, okay, now I already said, if you got any old folks that actually go into, like, you know, go into comatose, or go into have a fall, and then you got fracture here and there, they say, apply AIC when the patient is still staying in the hospital. Get the social welfare, get the social worker to come and identify your case, so that you, once you do one time mean test only, the mean test report can use forever. So long as the social worker in the hospital identified that is three out of 6, the mean test, that piece of paper will forever use it.
So, okay, understand. I told you a friend of mine, the mom and the dad both in, they do testing. But apart from this 3 out of 6 functions that you cannot do, also income level, right? Family income divided by the number of people in the family. And then must not exceed a certain amount to entitle this.
Okay. Family of 4. Each working adult, let's say assuming family of 4, if you don't hold more than 8,000, that means total paycheck out less than 8,000, you are entitled to everything in the AIC, listed in the AIC.
How about housing type?
Huh?
How about housing type?
I only can speak for myself, because I only look for myself. 4-room, entitled up to 80%. Plus, the patient is pioneer. That's what I can share only. I only can give example for myself only. Okay.
Yeah, so there are various means testing. I mean, I think by the time we get old, things will change.
Of course, that's why I say, once you do your first time mean testing, that report is very useful. Once you do it, every 2, you know, these are things is every 2 years you have to apply. Every 2 years. When every 2 years is up, you just go and use that report to apply mean test. Okay? You don't need to go through mean test already. And then now, Pioneer Lucky Best. Once you got it, no need to apply. Once you got it, by default, you have it. Pioneer, for Pioneer.
But we are not in that category, no? Okay, so how about others? What do y'all think? What other options would do y'all know of people who need these kind of things, and what kind of options they opt for? No? I mean, we have seen people in the nursing home.
Maybe I'm Sally. Maybe I can talk about my own mother. She passed away 2 years ago already. She is on bed, immobile. You know, she only one side. I think like what Dolly say, one side. She like to pull out her tube, her feeding tube. We put her in because the beginning, that was 17, 18 years ago. She has 8 children. I'm number 6. So they don't qualify us for any subsidies. So we have no choice. We put her in a private Telok RA Pei An nursing home. So until her last 2 years, I think they have all this Ming check again, and then I think they changed law. I think the government, the social welfare came, and then we have these subsidies, and then she was put at this Lorong Asu nursing home. So all in all, we spent about 250,000 for 15 years. But what you put in nursing home also no use. The government one, I hands up. You know the Pei An Telok RA, Telok Kurau. I think Lorong. Now after so long, I also forgot Lorong K. No, there's once I was there because my mother roommate. I think there's another 2 roommates. You know the Myanmar nurses. When I am there, she just slapped the old lady making noise. Slapped a bit very hard on her head. I'm not so in favor of all these private nursing homes. If you qualify, please put in the government one.
Yeah, the private ones, a lot depends on how they run it.
Because you cannot be 24 hours there. Even that foreign nightingale.
Nightingale.
Yeah, they also have all these nurses just ill treat the old people, you know. That was reported in the papers last time. Somebody complained.
But Sally, I think Pei An is under one of the listing for the old folks one.
No, it's a nursing home.
Yeah, it's a nursing home, but it's under the listing under the AIC group, no?
AIC? AIC is what? Private or what?
No, it's actually under the government. They call it.
Confirm. We pay.
No,
it's not a government one. That one is confirmed. It's private ones, run by the private.
But it's a scheme for subsidy, you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's under AIC or what. Beginning when we went there, we cannot get the subsidies. We've gone through all the tests. So we pay, I think each month we pay 2,000. Then other things are like most of the time, no, she got infection here and there, and then got to send to the hospital. All those are extra costs.
I don't know about like today I the topic is actually telling say that it's talking about the nursing home in JB, right? Are we talking?
No, about what other options, you know, apart from just purely nursing home or purely at home, no?
Oh, okay.
I mean, we always want to try to have the best of both worlds, right? So stay at home, then what kind of medical aid can you help? Or you stay in a nursing home, then you can bring along your daycare a maid to help, you know? In a home, the cost in a nursing home, of course, the cost will be high. On top of that, plus you bring your own maid to help out. Then you'll be safe for at least 12 hours when your own maid is around. No?
So it's very costly if you are in nursing home and then plus extra maid. It's very costly.
Yeah. I think
this Pei An, when we complain, they keep increasing the rate one. And then you know what they say? If you don't like the rate, shift to JB. They have a JB branch. They tell you this way, you know.
Yeah. So in fact, there's one home called Econ Home. They have a big JB home also, branch there.
Oh, is it? I cannot remember their associate company in JB.
But I don't know whether Is it linked? You know, Econ Healthcare, you are talking about Econ Home. I don't know whether it linked to Econ Healthcare or not. But they say if you link to Econ Healthcare, I always find that Econ Healthcare, if you are looking at the JB part as JB, this, they are linked in the, I always find that this Econ Healthcare is always running into financial problem there. So you think it's really safe, man, huh? It's really a good choice, man. I'm not sure whether the one that you talk about, the Econ one, is it related to Econ Healthcare?
Yeah, I think it's related.
So, but if it's related, then it's very high risk there because they are always in financial problem there. They are always seeing red, you know. That is what I was told. I mean, the kind of options, I will not say that I didn't look into it that couple of years back. But when you see, to me, it's very simple. When you actually want to look into a healthcare that is not in Singapore and it's like like what you so-called in JB or in any parts of the, you really have to really not only just go there and take the look at the place, see what kind of nurses they have, what kind of chairman or what kind of principal they have, all this that. You must actually also look into their financial report. No, that's what I realized that I noticed that Econ Healthcare, when you go and Google, they're always seeing in the red there. So it's not so it's not so safe after all, no. Because you will know that, you know, because when you put your mother there, you don't expect to every day you got the kind of timing to transport in, you meet yourself transport in and out of JB, you see. So it's like 1 week, then you transfer back. Then sometimes if anything serious happen, it will be like 1 week later, then you know the outcome there. No? I don't know lah.
Yeah, actually, so like we said, the topic is ourselves lah.
Yeah, that's why though.
Finally, I think a lot has to do with whether we can accept staying at home. No? Some of us may not have any choice. But when it comes to a stage where you need a lot of medical assistance, I think it's we have to make that choice, that difficult choice.
Yeah.
But I say, this friend of mine is very amazing. The daughter has been on this machine already for at least last 6 to 8 years. 6 years, at least 6 to 8 years. Cannot eat. Everything cannot be done, you know.
But he still want to have the respirator on lah.
You cannot help it, what? Yeah. Huh? You cannot take it off, what?
I suppose at that point of time, there's no documentation sign, so you have to leave it there lah. It can last as long as 20 years, one. No?
Okay, it's 24 hours, no?
Yeah, I know. I suppose so lah. This is something that is a lot of difference lah.
And I think they do with help of 1 or 2 mates. The wife is damn meow, you see. Even at this stage, the wife is very meow. So the maid keep on going away, you know, keep on leaving. So she's the one that's handling everything, night shift and all that, you know. The respirator need to be checked and all that.
Okay.
But if you're in stage 4, you really need 2 persons.
But I also want to share a very personal view. After watching my mother, this couple of weeks have been really a zombie. It's like a sort of like a roller coaster case for me. Or this that. I have to tell one thing very honest. Let's say you put myself in the shoe or this that. Please be honest to yourself. When you are at stage 4, you should not be much bother actually whether you are really being taken good care or not taken good care. The only thing is that you are still there. How long you need to be there? That's the question. I think for us, we go and think about it. It's only this question only. Cannot say that, whether we need 2 mates or need 2 mates or need anywhere to go, where to go, or 2 mates or this or that. I think this one stage 3 Stage 3, at time you already have to make up your mind and set the what we call the LPA already. Then let somebody go and do it for you. Because at that point of time, if somebody want to cheat you, they said, Stage 4, you don't know anything already. So be it already lah. This is what I see my mother right now at the roller coaster stage. So this is something I have to tell you.
Half lah, because she still decides to be at home, right?
Yeah.
She still knows that she wants to be at home, right?
No, that is before she, in this type of case, all this, that she already write it out. She already write it out already. She already spell it out to all the son and daughter, all the children, that what she want. She said that she will not want to die at hospital because he don't want to live there alone. Even she have to pass away at home middle of the night, he know that he's still in our Lim family. See? But he said that when you go to hospital, you may pass away, but not with your family members. Like he said, we all know that. Also, the doctor also warned us that you don't expect everybody can see the passing on of your mom, because this sort of thing can be happen middle of the night, whereby, you know, nobody can hear his calling because it's getting softer and softer, and sometimes can't even hear at all. So, but to my mother, that she ever told us, even how bad her condition is, all this, that she want to know that the minute she passed away, she's still at her own, at that place that she's comfortable with, not at the hospital. So we already make it very clear to all the doctors that this is my mother want, and if so long as you think that my mother's is beyond cure, all this, that we can discharge her, we will discharge her. Then if the thing get, like I said, like if this thing get too big and too bloated up, we'll send her in to purge out. That's the only things. Okay?
So I suppose one lesson from this is that what will our instructions be, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing I want to say.
Will we say that, oh, no matter how we want to stay at home, no? Or we should give a lot of trouble to people looking after you? Or do you say that, you know?
Put it that way lah. If you got family members willing to take care of you, it would be best to put at home.
Ideal lah.
But that's the ideal lah, more ideal lah. But let's say if you really don't have and you are single, all this, never depend on nephew and niece.
Yeah.
If I have to reach a case whereby I have to depend on my nephew and niece, then I'd rather choose a home. I don't care how the home treat me lah, but I will prefer to leave it at home. Leave it at home, to be at a home.
I think not only nephew and nieces, a lot of people cannot manage. Even sons or daughters, you know, they just cannot manage. So it's something that we have to choose. This one you choose wisely.
I don't know. Oh, but today it seems like only 2 hours talking. The other rest don't share with us. So I don't know what the other rest are thinking right now. Can we hear from the other people? Because it won't be actually very good, because we won't get any more options that we can't hear any options there.
Maybe after hearing so much, my name is James. I have a mother who is 99 years old, you know, and she wanted to go to a nursing home, but our children, we say no, Mom, you got to stay in this house. Then we engage a maid. Now the maids, we make sure we train the maids only to look after her. Of course, she's a bit immobile when she goes to toilet. You know, the maid will bathe her, will change her pampers, you see. But every time she says she want to go home, I say, where's your home? You are staying at home here. No, I want to go home to see to see your daddy. My father passed away more than 20 years ago. So I told my mom, I said, your husband is in heaven, so you have to wait for your turn, because if you don't get the approval upstairs, you know, how can you go home to follow your husband? And she can eat. Apparently she's quite fortunate, because her son, that is my brother, is a a medical specialist, you know, professor, and my own son, that is a grandson, is also a medical specialist. So every time, my brother will give her injection every week, a protein injection will sustain her, and she can eat. You know, her appetite is very good, and she like to walk without a walking stick, but we always encourage her. No, it's better that the meat hold her. So basically, is most of the time, as I say, she's sleeping almost 3/4 of the day, lah. You know. But the important thing is, we as children, we got to be present and sort of try our best to take care, because we never know that we will come to this stage. You see. But if you ask me, when I reach the age of 99, you know, where I still prefer my own home. You know, even though nobody look after me, I still feel comfortable. If I pass away, I pass away in my own home. You know, when my dad passed away, he insisted on he was sent away by the ambulance, and I was in the ambulance with my dad. That was more than 30 years ago, and immediately after that, when treatment was done, we get the same ambulance to send him back. And after sending him back, not too long, he passed away. But before I passed away, he told me, he said, close all the windows, all the doors. Somebody is coming to kill me. So I told him, I said, no, Dad, we are here with you. And then she said, I can see light at the tunnel. I'm going to the light, you know. And she said, there's a man in a white robe waiting for him. I said, oh, that one is Jesus. Jesus, maybe he wants to take you home, you see. And after not too long, after holding my hand for about 2 hours, he went home. And of course, being the eldest son, I feel very sad. But I'd rather, if you ask me, I'd rather be at home no matter what it is, because it's a duty, like, as children. We have to take care of our parents. But I don't know how about the youngsters now. You know, the word filiality is no longer present in these days. I don't know whether you agree with me or not. So that's my opinion.
I've got a old story to tell again. This is the same one that I told about the old lady, my relative, I mean old family friend that looked after the old man had dementia. And then finally he died, of course. Now this old lady, this couple had 7 or 8 children. One son, the eldest one is a son. All the 7 and 8 are daughters. You expect that when she's old, she'll be looked after, right? Sad to say, and this is our generation, older than our generation. No, not talking about today's youngsters. We're talking about older than our current generation. So when the husband died, right, and it was during the 97 financial crisis, the son, who is a stockbroker, was in financial trouble. So the son convinced her to sell their terrace house to help him with his debts. After she sold the house, you expect the old lady to move into his bungalow, right? He didn't, no. He rented a 3-room flat. Not even a private 3-room flat, rented from the HDB. A flat that's supposed to be shared with another elderly in need time. And the old lady died in that flat. So sometimes, I mean, it's lucky. I mean, it's fortunate if our kids look after us, no? But we cannot take it for granted. So we better look after ourselves if we can. Actually, I think when the time comes, like Dolly, your mom said something and you all look after her. That's good, you see. At least you will fulfill their dreams, no? As thing goes along, some may not have kids, some
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
So what are the options that we got to start preparing lah? Otherwise, it come a day when you cannot decide and people decide for you. At least we try to James, you're lucky, and then I'm sure your kids will look after you as you have looked after your dad, right? Somebody last week was saying that want to set an example to the kid, right? So that they'll follow. Only good for a lot of people who can go through that.
No, it's you. We have to get ourselves prepared.
Yeah.
Never assume that your children will take care of you. You got to get yourself prepared. Financially as well as on the basis of what. So I really don't know, but we just got to get prepared.
Mm. So actually, we cannot give a solution now, but what we can think of is look at options now. What are the things that, what kind of options that we can opt for lah? For the moment, as I've seen, medical aid home, if you want to stay at home, or you can get general help to the nursing home if you are staying in the nursing home.
Actually, maids, if you train them properly, and like the one looking after my mother now, she's from Myanmar, and my sister is, of course, she's single. She's running home business, so she trained the maids, very intensively. That her first job is to look after my mother, and what we do is we put bells, we put those ringing bells, beside the bed. So when any emergency, because nobody at home except she and the maid, when any emergency, she'll press the bell, and the maid will have to come running to her room to see what she wants. You see, because apart from that, the maid still sometimes have to cook, have to wash. You see, so we install two bells, one inside the kitchen and one inside at the hall. Yeah. So he press any one of them, the maid has to quickly run to my mother.
One thing about maid, actually, even Indonesian maids can be trained very well. My sister, and then of course, you must treat people well in order to get to get the thing. So
of course.
Too nasty to them. My sister has got this maid that look after the husband for 8 years, 7 years. Every time she bring the husband to the hospital and she's there to look after her, the people also the people, what I mean is the therapists in the homes and all that, they're so impressed with her. So much so that when my dad, when my brother-in-law passed away, the therapist in the hospital called my sis, said that, hey, is your maid available? Because they want to hire her to look after their own family. So actually, and this maid is a simple Indonesian girl from there. And if you treat them well, I tell you, and you train them, they can be as good. So it's something that, that we all got to give and take,
That's why I say this is when you are in stage 4 and you still know something. James, like what you share is your mother at the age of 90 plus, but she still can walk. So you go, you put bell everywhere. She still can lift her hand or finger to press the bell. If it's like stage 4 to the end of the stage whereby it's totally immobile, nothing can be done already. Nothing can be done already.
But of course, right now, I mean, between the children and my brother and sister, myself, we already mentally prepared. We have prepared most of the things already, because she already told us that if she passed away, her husband as our father, we was buried to be removed and cremated with her at the same time. I mean, put in the same place, in the garden of remembrance. So side by side, she already told us everything, and she even make out the will. She will tell you, each one is so much. So if you make me angry, I will reduce. She's quite smart, no? She threatens you if you
That's
treat
why
me
your mother
badly.
at the age 90 plus still very mobile,
99.
still very alert, no? Still can
Yes.
change the wheel, no?
Yes.
It's not a medical case, so it's easier to give.
Cannot speak for ourselves, no. We cannot speak for ourselves that when we are 99 years old, we can still be so alert, no? We have
She's
to
very
prepare.
alert.
Yeah. We have to prepare for something that we are no longer alert on.
I think it's because the protein injection that is given by my brother to her every week or every fortnight. That one really have some impact on her. She eats very well, no? She can when we're eating the meal, she and it eats a lot, so much so that my sister asked her to stop eating because when she eats too much, then she will tend to burp. You know, and sometimes when she don't burp, she will complain. You see.
Oh. Okay, fine.
Hussein, what about you?
Well, mixed feeling lah, because I see my mom, I see my dad. My dad passed away in coma. My mom also something like that, also like coma like that lah. The last stage somehow they are about the same lah. They become unconscious, they go to coma. So it's a very how should I say? I mean, logic is logic lah, emotion is emotion lah. When it comes to that stage, you think very differently lah. I mean, logically speaking, we all have our preparation rate in mind, but at the point of time when that happen, emotions does come in and you think very differently lah. Must say that lah. So you must really make up your mind and be very, very, very prepared and very objective in carrying out what you want to do lah. Because at that point of time, seriously, with your loved one right in front of you, going to that stage, your thoughts could be very different. Even at that point of time, I was not very objective also, to be frank. I mean, although I objective most of the time, but at that point of time, it's very difficult because except for my mom, actually I stayed with her when she was in coma for until early in the morning, around 3 a.m. or so. I was the only one beside her until seeing her all go off slowly. From the time that the respiration stopped, all that, then the heartbeat slower, everything. I go through the whole stage, very sad now. I mean, to see that happening right in front of you. But this is something in life is a very, I would say that logically, make all your logical decision first. But then when it comes to the point of time, at the last minute, there could be quite some changes. After you see what's happening, emotions coming will be quite different. And I should say that do your best to prepare and you never know what happened next. And in our this generation, it's not very, very different. I see my peers and my brother and sister that I think it's quite different now compared to the older generation. I must say, in their time, they are more, how should I say, more loyal and more simple and straightforward. In our generation, things are very different. And also the pressures in life and the demands in life make up very different. So whether you can carry out literally everything that we say or not, it's also quite a hard thing to say. I'm not saying that we are non-failure or what it is, but I think in the earlier days, the life was simple. And many things can be done quite simply, but in this later days, it's very difficult. Things are very tough. And just for your info, when my mom went to the ICU, it's not my elder second brother actually said, you all just can visit her or I'll pay everything because his pay is very high. He can earning something like 15,000 a month. But in less than a month, you know what he says? Hey, you all better pay money, no? I can't afford, no. Because the bill runs in thousands a day, no? It's not cheap, no? ICU is 450 a day. Then if you put on the, what they call on the one that they add, you put on the
respirator,
tank, it's 1,000 a night, no? So it's not cheap. So sometimes I tell people one day a few $1,000, what nonsense is this? How can you bill a few $1,000? Or what are you doing in the hospital? I mean, how could it be that expensive? But it's true, no? A night can be a few $1,000s, no? I mean, one night's expenditure is almost half your month's pay already, no? So it's not cheap, no? And it's not easy. And one is financially, two is emotionally. Seeing her suffer like that, sometimes you don't know whether you're doing her a favor or you're loving her or you're prolonging her suffering, actually. Seriously. So these are very contradicting thoughts. Sometimes a person by the side is hearing you say, no, what kind of son you are, la? Maybe I'm failure, la. I must be very money-minded, la. Know what kind of person you are, la. Your parents don't therefore prolong as long as possible. It's easy to make a statement, no. It's anybody over here can make a statement also, no. Anyone who can make a statement, no. But when they're physically, not only financially, emotionally involved, it's very, very different, no. I must say, I thought I'm very objective. I mean, to be frank, I don't even bluff you. I thought I'm a very objective person, no. But at that point of time, I wasn't very objective also, no. Emotionally, I was still also. And I think very differently. And sometimes I don't know whether I'm helping her and I prolonging her suffering, actually. You see? So I thought apart, I don't know what to do. Even at that point of time, I thought I'm a very objective person. But I ended up asking my brother and sister, hey, what you want to do? I mean, I was supposed to be the most objective among all my brother and sister, most objective, you know. But then I asked them, what should we do? I mean, can you imagine I asking this sort of question? So, but that's reality in life. So these are things that I think we do all logical preparation, all everything. But when it comes to the last point in time, when emotions come in, it could be very different. So I suggest that whatever you want to do it properly, do it logically, then just be prepared that at the last stage, when something happens, I mean, decision could change. Decision could change. That's seriously. Even the people that you give instruction to could change. Not that they don't love you or they are unfilial or they are stingy or they don't want it. Don't give all okay. But they could feel that they're actually doing you a favor by ending your life actually. They could have felt that way, to be frank. Because looking at my mom, I also don't want to say, sitting right in front of my mom, for the whole night until early morning, 3 a.m. Until the time she respiration stopped, and the heart slowly beating slower, until you want to go. You don't want to say, no.
I ask you, did your mom give any instructions?
Oh, my mom don't really give any instruction, and my mom, they are very open-minded. My mom only want to be buried with my father, is all. Very simple.
I think
they live in a very simple generation. Ask very simple thing, nothing complicated.
I think now the question is this, what kind of instructions do you want to leave behind? I think this one needs a bit more thinking. The advanced care planning helps a bit. I tell you my experience, my mom is the doctor asked us, she need tube feeding. Do you want or not? Now these are very sort of medical decisions we all don't know. I think okay, go ahead, tube feed, My sister said, hey, tube feeding it's like force feeding, I said, actually I saw just the year back, one person was going boating on a wheelchair with a tube feed, with a tube in there, So but I later found out, actually, if you don't tube feed, it means the person will be starved to death, you see. So these are the things that we all actually should instruct, and then make this decision so that it's easier for the people who taking care of us to go ahead with these kind of things, because otherwise the guilt is on the person making the decision for you. You find that you're putting the guilt on someone that has to either turn on or turn off, whether tube feed or don't tube feed, and all these kind of things. So I think we need to get the. I still don't know quite many things about these kind of decisions. I think somehow we should go and find out.
Yeah.
What is AMD?
AMD.
AMD is advanced medical.
That's why I don't want to burden anybody. If I'm the condition that I cannot, I don't want the life supporting machine and all these things to support me. That's what the doctor told me. You make the decision yourself. Then you relieve your loved ones of the guilt of whether to decide to turn off for you. So I think everyone in our age, about 50, 60, should do the AMD. That's what my opinion.
One more called ACP, Advanced Care Planning.
Advanced Care Planning is what you plan to do. It's not a legal document. It is not a legal document. Only AMD and LPA. Of course, the will lah. They are the legal document. AICP is you describe what you want to do in your when you are you want how your life to be. So it's what I was told this by the counselor that AICP is just a piece of document to make known to your whoever the one you the caregiver to what you want to do lah. But it is not a legal document. It is not. So, but then this is a very detailed of what you want to do. Maybe when you are invalid or whatever, you want some you want to be nursing home, and what sort of care they are given to you, whether they want to send every day read to you every day, do something like play music for you. That is, but it is not the legal document. This is what I know.
Okay, another thing, last thing I want to share before your marriage. If you
hello, sorry, I have to stop here. We only got 3 minutes. Okay, I'd like to thank you very much for hosting and moderating this session. We shall close at in 3 minutes time. Okay, anybody got one more point before we'll have to close it off? Ong, do you have a last thing to say, Ong?
Yeah, I think we give ourselves another 2 weeks. We can think for ourselves. Then we can share. We think for ourselves.
Yeah, I think we need to have one such session, one more, because we have not talked about the JB nursing home.
Correct. The last time we wanted to look for it, but then at this stage it's quite difficult to hear. But I think there are various things that we need to think for ourselves first. Whether nursing home is in Singapore or in JB is money only. Certain things like tonight, maybe we have touched on the idea what kind of instructions we should give to those people looking after us, so that it lessens their burden, you know.
I feel that we shouldn't impose that we must be staying at home. I mean,
anyway, staying at home, I also tell you, the caregiver can get depression, no?
Yeah,
you have to look out for this type of sign, this type of symptom. Yeah, really. Because my sister got it. Yeah.
The caregiver committing suicide, no, because cannot stand it anymore. So why should we impose something on those people? Because we feel that, we must stay at home. I mean, this is my personal opinion. I feel that I shouldn't impose on the person. Just because, like what Dolly, the mother, I feel that, wow, she's great to have to take care of her.
My sister, brothers, they are great, not me.
So after hearing, I feel that I don't want to impose this sort of thing to my children. Or whatever caregiver. I think rather than stay at home. But I look at the home, it's still okay. I visited home before, my relative. I look at the level of care they're given. Of course, I've been there a few times. I don't know. But I see they are okay, not so bad. I mean, I go there with just before the COVID, I just pop in, They don't need to make appointment. Now you need you make appointment. But I see the level of care. They take care of your meals, They make sure that you won't fall down and all this thing, And they generally are quite okay, They don't mistreat people, This is my opinion. Of course, I don't know for sure,
Okay.
So what maybe we can continue. Actually, we can continue.
Okay. Let's say good night to everybody. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Okay. You got the WhatsApp. You all can just continue from there.
Okay.